Welcome back everyone. Today we're in the Giants editor, the 10.0.8 version, which is newly released, so go get it if you don't already have it. And I'm Jewel, and we're going to get started on Jewel's Peaceful Valley map. And I had a friend ask me to do a video on something for them. They made a mod, Mr. T-Bone, and I believe Matt made a mod, and they wanted me to add it so it can be permanent on a map and show how I do that. Now I'm no expert, but I did do it and it worked. So I'm assuming everything I did is okay, and there's no error showing up, so it should be fine. It works. It does what it's supposed to do. So supposedly it's correct, but there are other mods that you would need to add more information than I'm going to show you in this video. So depending on the mod is going to depend on what you add. So if I have another one in the future that has more things that I would have to add in certain areas, then I'll show it and then you'll understand what I mean. But basically, I'm just going to show you what I did and how it worked. I'm no expert. There could be a line or two that maybe is obsolete and doesn't need to be there, but it worked. So, you know, I'm just going to show y'all how. Okay, now this is my first time of actually fully doing it. I actually fixed something for Mr. T-Bone a long time ago, a fish farm that he wanted on his map permanently, and there was like some sort of something in the XML that wasn't right, and I figured it out, even though I didn't even really know anything about any of it. But I just figured it out just by looking at it. So I was able to figure this out. Also, at the end, after I show you that it works and how to get it in here, there was a few errors in the mod itself to do with some of indoor the indoor part, and then like I think the one of the other ones I'll have to show you when we import it. But I fixed those and the errors went away, so I will show that afterward. But they should be able to fix that on their own. They just probably didn't notice it. But hopefully this helps. Like I said, I'm no expert. There could be a line or two, like I said, that maybe didn't have to be there, but it seemed to be that everything worked perfectly the way it needed to. And this is what you could do if you want to get it in here and have it, the mod, be permanently to the map. Alright, let's get started. Appreciate everybody smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned, share the video, and turn on your notification bell. Alright, so what we're going to do is I got to go get the mod and put it in my map. So open your map in the Giants editor, the one you're going to be working on, and then go get the mod and put it in the folder of your map. You need it in your folder. So we're going to go to downloads, and this is the one, and it says FS25 hardware Bob sell all. Okay, so I'm going to right click and click copy. I'm going to leave that one there to keep a backup of it, and go to my documents, my games, Farnston 25, my mods folder, because that's where my map is. Now this 13 is the one, my original map that I've been working on showing tutorials, and this is the one I fixed it in, so we're going to leave that one alone. So I made a copy and made a 15 of a previous one before this one, before I did it, so that I can have one to show y'all me do it in real time. So hopefully I can show y'all any little errors or any little thing that pops up. Okay, so this is what I started with when I had to do it, and this is what I ended up with. And I just changed the number so I would know the difference. So we're going to go to your map, wherever it is, open up your folders, all the way to Maps US if you happen to have that. If you just have maps, go to there, wherever. And I had stuck mine in the Placeables XML. So you could make a folder and call it Placeables and stick it in there. It probably really doesn't matter as long as you put the right path. When you're putting the path information in the files, that's all that really matters. But I stuck it in here because I already had one, so I hit paste, right click and hit paste, and it puts it in here. Now you need to right click on it while it's highlighted and click extract all, and click extract. Let it do its thing, give it time, it pops up, and now we have it here. So what we're going to do is get rid of this one here, cut that out of here. We're going to leave that one and cut the zip file out. And so I'm going to back up to the beginning of here, and I'll just throw this one in any one of these folders. Well, just throw it in here. just with extra folder. Just stick yours in an extra folder somewhere. Okay, that's just getting it out of the way, right? Let's go back to the right map. Make sure you always look at them and that you're going in the correct map. Now go back to the placeables folder. And now we have it where we can open it. And we're going to open it. And you see here we have an i3D. Okay. And then we have the shape file. We have the XML. Then we have the icon of the place, which shows the picture. I'll double click it so y'all can see the picture. Just give it a second. There it is right there. Alright. So we'll go ahead and minimize that. And then of course the mod desk. And then we have the store one. It also has a picture. This is this. Alright, so we'll leave them. We're not worried about them. We're not going to mess with them. We're not changing that part. Okay, and then, so what you're going to do, there's several things you got to do. And a lot of it's to do with this mod desk. So what you're going to do is you're going to right click on the mod desk. Okay, and then hit edit with Notepad++. Now you're going to come in here. And what I did, and see, like I said, I'm not a perfect expert on every single little detail and the why of every single thing, but generally speaking, I have a kind of an understanding, and I figure things out really well when I just look at things. So basically, what you're going to do is you're going to come down to the I or the L10 number right here, click it, drag over, and drag up. Alright, and you're going to go all the way to there. Let's see, no, I went all the way up to here. Now, you may or may not have to have that part, but I went all the way up to there, okay? And I didn't get the desk version because mine had it in the map thing, but of course it's a different number, but it still worked. So in that case, if you have an issue, you know, you may be changing that from time to time anyway in your map. I just haven't. Alright, so now that we've highlighted all that information, not the bottom line, just between those, okay, right click and click copy. Okay, now I'm going to click off of that so I don't accidentally delete anything. Now we're going to go to the map that you're working on, back to the map that you're working on. So we'll just come in here and get back to this map and go to that mod desk of that map. Right click, edit with Notepad++. Now as you see here, this is what I ended up having right there. Okay, so the only way I could try to find it in this list, let's see, this is it. So basically I pasted my line and all that information under right here, under the maps and then the closing part of the maps, but before the mod desk. Okay, so we're going to go back over here. Well, not that one. This is 15 right here. So we're right at the end of this maps right here with the closing map one. It's got a beginning and an ending. Right there, hit enter. Click to the beginning, right click and click paste. Now it's stuck all that in here, and now you're going to hit save. Alright, now you're still going to need to do some things, but we'll be back to that in a minute because you got to put your path to this XML file. So see, now that I put it in my map, it's not just this file, it's where is this file at. Okay, so what you could do is go ahead and go do that now, and I'll show you. I'll just jump back to mine just to give you a quick overview of it. This is the 13 one. So if you look down, this is the path in mine. So you're going to put it wherever your path is. So if yours is maps US placeables, and then the name of that mod folder, because this is the name of that folder, and then within that folder is the XML. So you put your path. So since I know this is actually my path, I'm going to copy it just to save me from having to type it, but I will show it to you in my little thing. Okay, so now we're going to go jump back to your map area. Alright, and then you're going to go to that spot, go back to that mod in the placeables folder, and see how this one's a folder. What you'll do is, I can't do it, but I'll demonstrate, but I ain't going to actually hit copy. You're going to click on this, click on it one more time, and right click and click copy. I'm not going to do it because I got that other line. Then it'll grab this line for you. Okay, so because it's kind of a bigger word, and then you'll be able to paste it in here in your XML so that you don't got to type all that. But open this and then find your XML and click it. So you're going to know that your path is maps US, exactly the way you see it with a capital US, lowercase on everything else. Placeables, however yours is written. If it's a capital, put a capital. If it's lowercase, put a lowercase. If it's got an underscore in there, put that. Whatever it is. This one says FS25 underscore hardware underscore Bob underscore cell underscore all. So everything that is there, that's what you need. So basically, that's your path. So that's all you got to type out. Your whole path, and then even make sure your XML is correct in that it's the same capital letters and whatever, and it should be. And theirs was, so it's good. Alright? So now sometimes people on mods maybe have a mistake. So if theirs was like one little letter wrong, you're going to need to have it whatever the real path is. Okay, so that's your troubleshooting for, when you're working on maps. Alright, so now we're going to come over here back to your XML you're working on. Remember the mod desk of your map. Okay, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to click paste at the beginning of this. But what you can do is just click at the beginning of it and you can just start typing maps / map US / placeables / and then type out that big, or paste in where that hardware Bob sell all is, paste it in, and you won't have to type that one out because I said to copy it, and then make sure it's all like that. No data, no none of that, and everything is good from there. Then hit save. Okay, that's done. Now we're going to head on and do more. We got to still do stuff. We got to bring it into the map, and we still have all that to do into the Giants editor. So go back to your Giants editor, come up to file. Since we threw that file in our map, now it's in there. So we're going to hit file, import, and we're going to go to it. And it's actually pulling up, but I need to go back in case it was going to the wrong one. It was going to 13. So make sure you go the path to get to the correct one, and this is the 15, which is my example for y'all. And I would go to placeables, go to the hardware place, go to that i3D, and then click open. It's going to bring it in. When it brings it in, it's over there. So we're going to put it over here. All I ended up doing in this case was I hit Control B as in boy, left mouse click. Okay, I came down. I picked where I wanted it. Before I brought it in, I made the ground kind of level. If we have to adjust it, we can. We're going to turn it. We're going to put it at 90 over here in the rotate wide just to make it line up with the street perfectly. We're going to pull it forward a little bit, kind of center it, just wherever you really want it. I think that's decent. I think that's satisfactory. Now that doesn't mean I'm going to leave this on the map, or I may put it on the map, whatever the case. But in this case, this is just for an example. I may put something else here, and I may put this somewhere else on the map if I decide to put it on the map. Okay, so this is a new mod. It's never been released, and they haven't even done any of that yet. But they just wanted me to show the step-by-step on how to get it into your map permanently. Okay, so this will be released, I guess, whenever they get ready to. Okay, I don't know all the details on that. I'm just doing what they asked me when they asked me to do a video on it. Alright, so once it's in, like I say, you get it all situated the way you like it. Look around, make sure this is where you're like, okay, the level is where you want it. If you're satisfied with that, go look around all the edges and make sure everything's good. And if it's where you like it, now you could technically lower it a little bit because it's slightly up. But as long as you hit the Control B, usually it's decent. Now I usually like it to come up a little more or down a little, go down a little. So I'll probably lower it and get it like right at that edge, something like that. Whatever you want, okay? So now that you have that, we still have some placeable XML to tend to and other things. So we're going to have to do that. But in the meantime, I'll open this one so I can kind of try to show you. this area. Now there was, let's see, I did move mine to the 19th spot because I was looking at the path stuff and the XML work. I don't think you have to. I don't think you would have to, but if you do, we're just gonna do it just for the sake of doing it. What I ended up doing was I picked whatever was 19, which is this one, and I put that one up here right at that point. So this would be 19, so I would go above it and then I'll delete that one. But basically I was trying to make sure the pathing of the index and all was going to do right because I was having some issues, but I don't think that was what the actual issue was. But for the sake of making sure everything works, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to highlight it like this, and I'm going to hit the middle scroll wheel and drag it up to right where the river thing is and let go. And then I'm going to delete this 19 one because that's just a transform group. Like that, and now that's number 19. Okay, so, but like I said, I don't think that's an issue, but for whatever reason it was in the thing like that, so I wanted it to at least look like it so that I wouldn't have any other errors if there were any, because anyway there's an error is what I'm trying to get at. This is an error, has an error, and then this one has an error, so this one here is an error, and that'll have to be fixed, and I'll show that at the end of the video. But I will show you that it still works in game even though it has an error, but I'm just like, when I see an error I want to fix it, so I fixed it. So that's all that is, or at least it was kept throwing one, so y'all can debate on that one. But I'll show you what I did, and y'all can decide whether it's fixed or good or whatever when you see it. Alright, so now that that's there, we at least now have our building where we want it, right? And everything's kind of close to being ready to tend to, right? There's all the little trigger stuff. As you see there, it's got the gate thing. Fuse to open, it's got all this stuff. As you see there, it's got the building. So we're going to click on this. We're going to go ahead and hit save. So let it save, take a second to save. Let it do its thing, don't click anything, be patient. And then we'll be getting the numbers over there on the right hand side in the transform box of the attributes area in a minute when we make our placeables XML. Now it's finished saving. Now we need to go ahead and get that information. So what I'll do for an example's sake, take you back to the map, number 15. In my case, my map, I'm calling it 15 so I don't mess up and put it in 13 because 13 is what I've been working on. Alright, so I would come to my config, okay, open it, click on placeable, right click, edit with Notepad++, come in here, and let's see, let me come to the bottom. Now let me open the other one real quick first. Let me open my 13. I'm going to show you what's up. Hang on, let me pick a different one so I can open up an extra folder just to make it easier. Alright, I'm going to open up 13 for a second just to show you. Config, placeables, right click, edit. Alright, so here's my information, and what I ended up doing was I just copied this and then I put it in myself what it should be. Okay, so if you watched my episode where I put that water thing in there, then just copy that one. But if not, just copy one that looks like that has a position, a rotation, the beginning, all the stuff, right? Okay, and then you change the other stuff, right? And then I went and grabbed this here from the main game to have this piece. Okay, so that's what I ended up doing. You technically could have went in there and just grabbed one from the whole main game thing, or you could just you don't even have to do that. If you already have one in here, like say this one, you can just grab it and copy that whole thing right there, right click, copy. Okay, so and then this is going to be what you need in there for the path, map dir, the $2 signs, and so on. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and you need it for the picture because your picture is in uh, that other area. And I put store on this one, but in that other area, I'd have to look and show you. Because I tried both. I tried several things. So this is what I settled on. And then the other area, I'm going to show you that it's what it looks like in the actual XML to this here. Alright, so what you're going to do is, if you're confused, just go to, if you don't have any XML, pretend you don't have any in your map, you don't have no XML stuff in your map, then just go ahead and go to the main game and get one from there. So let's go to the main game, Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, FS25, Data, Maps, Maps US, Config, and then Placeables. Right click, Edit with Notepad++. Come in here and find one that has the position and all the stuff, like say the River Restaurant has all that stuff. So then find that and grab those 3 lines, okay? Placeable, custom image, and the top placeable one with a position and a rotation. Right click and hit copy. Okay, click off of that so you don't mess anything up. Always close this if you're not going to be paying attention to what you're doing so that you don't mess it up. I'm going to minimize that for a second. We're going to go back to my map, in this case 15. So I'm looking at these very carefully and going to my map. You go to yours and go to your placeables, right click, edit with Notepad++, or if you opened them and clicked them and they didn't jump over here, like because you did it, already looked at it and didn't close it, they'll be next to each other and you can click back and forth between them. I always do it the other way just so that I know that I'm going into the right map. No more issues if something was open. Yes, I have way too much open, but that's just me. So that's just me. Alright, so now that we're in here, we're going to come to here and click this and hit enter. Once we do that, we're going to come down and right click to the beginning, right click and click paste. Now we need to change this to the right stuff. So we're going to go get that path for this, for that the thing that we did in that what do you call it, the mod desk. So what you could do is just go back to your map, the 15 one. Go all the way back to your map, go to the mod desk, right click, edit with Notepad++, come in here, grab this whole thing right there. You're still going to have to add some, but you can get most of it. Right click if you already did this part. If you skipped that and didn't do it at the beginning, then it won't be here. But okay, copy it, then jump back to the other one, which in this case would be this one. Oh no, actually that's another one. Looks like I already had one open. So you got to be careful of that. Alright, so we're in here. We're going to come over the top of this. You could leave that dollar sign there because you're going to need one. And you're going to come over the top of this all the way. I believe I went to the XML, so go all the way if you did, if you went to the XML, and then right click and click paste. And then make sure it's the XML touches these. Then you got that. You'll change these numbers in just a second. But now you need to come over here and put the cursor behind that dollar sign. And if you don't know how to make the dollar sign, hit the shift and the 4 key and it'll make the dollar sign because that's on the 4 key. Alright? And then you're going to type out map, D-I-R, dir. And then you hit shift 4, which will be the dollar sign, and then a /. And then you got it. Then you got maps, US, placeables, and then that file that it's in, the sell-all thing, and then their XML. Now we got to go into the game, the giant header, and get the position and put here. Then on this one we need to change this to the picture that's in there in our files. Let's go ahead to the pictures, which would be back to the map where you have in your proper map. This is 15. I'm going to call it 15. Go back to the placeables thing. Go back to the mod you're trying to work on. And you say, well, you know, here's the store thing, right? Okay, so we're going to put that one. So this is the path. So maps, US, placeables, this folder name, and then this. And then it'll be a PNG in this case. You could also at times put DDS. It's different sometimes, but I put PNG that time and it worked okay. So don't worry about it. But you can see that's what I did in my other placeables area if I was to open my other one. So that's our path. So that's what we got to put. So basically, we'll copy the top part, and then we'll go ahead and copy this one first. So click it once, right click, and click copy. That ensures we get the exact one and it's spelled the way that they did. We're going to come over this where it says map icon, and we're just going to leave the rest for a minute. Come up to this part, right click, and click paste. Now we're going to take and just get this whole line, because it's the same path, all the way up to all. Leave that part out because we're calling the picture now, not that. So we're just needing this other part. Right click and click copy. Okay, because if you had already put your path, then it's going to be the right one. Now, if your picture is not there and you put your picture somewhere else, just go ahead and put the path of wherever in the world you put that picture. I'm just saying that in case somebody stuck their picture somewhere else. You're going to come over this, come up to this, right click, and paste. So now you got map.dir, maps, maps.us, placeable, the name of that folder, store underscore this, and then dot png. Alright, you're going to hit save. Now we still got to do these numbers. So let's jump back to the Giants editor. Make sure that you have that whole group of the building that you got here selected. Click over here at the end of this, translate Xbox, and then hit Shift Control C as in cat. Go back, straight back to where you were in the placeables XML, over the position, click it, drag it over, right click, paste. Leave that alone for a minute, go back, click to the end again, right there, Shift Control C, it grabs all three of these numbers, and then you go back to the notepad, put it in here, or you could have typed it if it was just a 90, you could have put a 9. Oops, I accidentally hit delete, I have no idea why. Accidentally, paste. Now we're going to hit save again. Make sure you save. That part is done. Right? So now we're still not through. We already saved in here. We didn't change anything yet, so we'll just leave that for a minute. We need to check our store item stuff. Now what I'll do for an example's sake is go to my other map. Let me see. Here's 13. Let's go to the store item. Actually, it's already in the, there is no store item in here. Let me go in here and show you. In here, there is no store item for it because I stuck it in the mod desk on purpose because it was the way I was wanting to do it for the mod itself. It was already there. There was no point in putting it in here. You could have put it in here. As far as I know, it shouldn't be an issue. You could really put all these in the mod desk, but that's depends on the map maker, okay? Alright, so, but I did put the modded one into the mod desk, not into the store items here. So, since I wrote store items, I'm going to go show you. Let's go find the map again. Okay, so, we got to go through it. Get back to it. Here. Right click, edit. This is the store items. So right there is the information. So we already dealt with our store item right when we started the video. So I just want y'all to see the processes, and you'll say, oh, we didn't do the store item. Yeah, it's right here. Okay? It was already added because when it was in the mod, right, it was already there. If it wasn't there, then you'd have to add it. Okay. So if you saved all those things, you should be good to go. Now, I can't think of anything else I didn't say yet. We're not going to fix the errors yet on the other part. But I will open up real quick and show you. We do need to look at something. 15, go to maps, maps.us. Go to placeables. Where's it at? I'm overlooking it. Here it is. And then go in here. Then open up this XML for that place, the little mod you're working on. And come in here and look, because we do need to change some things in here. So the image here needs to be changed to your path of wherever yours is. So that's one thing. And then your i3D needs to change to wherever your i3D of this is, which is the same as that you did in the other one. And then let me see. these are the errors they had that we're going to fix when we come back. This one is messed up, and I believe it was this one was messed up. But it wasn't there up there. It's down at the bottom. So right here, he's got two ends, and that's incorrect anyway. And then where's the other one? This one didn't have an end. Okay, so then it would have had to have this part as well, and so on and so forth. And I'll show you that in a minute. But I wanted to go on and show you that it works either way, even though that was an error. Okay? Alright, so now let's go ahead and change that information that I told you we need to change. And I'm just going to go to my 13 and copy it so I don't have to type it out. But I'm going to show you what you do, though. So let's find my 13. Let me open another folder so I can have 13 stay open. Alright, so documents, my games, FS25, mods, 13, maps, maps US. Where's the placeables? Here it is. Placeables. Go in here. Click on this. Right click. Edit with Notepad++. Okay, so up here at the top, you can see maps, maps US, placeables, this, and then store item, PNG. Alright, so I'm just going to copy from here all that, because it's exactly the same spot I put it. You're going to put yours wherever you put this store PNG, whatever that path is, without the map dir, without the dollar data and all that. Just maps, maps US, and if you don't have a US map US, then it'll be whatever, maps, placeable, whatever you got it in. Okay, so I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go back to my 15, because we're working on a different map. You're going to go wherever yours is. So you're going to work from whichever one you're working on. I got to see if this is 15 before I put it somewhere I shouldn't. Alright. Edit with Notepad. Whoop! I clicked the wrong one. Everybody's screaming, what? Back we go. It's easy to click the wrong thing. I accidentally clicked that instead of that. Right click, Edit with Notepad++. Come in here. Click here. And I'll probably have to put a / because I put it before that. Right click and paste. Maps, maps, US placeables. This is the folder that this picture is in. I'm going to hit save even though we're not through. Alright, so now we're going to do the i3D. So go back to wherever your map is. So when you were looking to do this, you just go back to your file folder. Right here. This is 15. And you would just put that path. So maps, maps US placeable, this name here, and that it's not that one, it's the store one. See it here? This one. Then you would do that. So that would be your path that you put there. So you need to path this to be read in here. Now we're going to move on to the i3D. So here's your i3D, same path. So that means you could copy and paste that down here, because it happens to be the same place. If somehow your i3D was somewhere else and this XML was somewhere else, put the path that wherever it is. So you got to put the path of wherever it actually is. Just because this one is the same, don't mean your mod is going to be the same. You know, I imagine it is, but I'm just saying, whatever your path is, put that. Okay, so that means you would put maps US placeables, this, and then that, which that's already there. The i3D part's already there, so we see that it's correct. So we're just going to put this part, which I can just copy this up here behind the / up to maps, right click, copy, click here, right click, paste. Check it again, make sure it's right. Maps US placeables, and so on and so forth, and hit save. Now we're going to be calling our picture. We're going to be calling our i3D so it can look at the building. And they already did all this other stuff. Now, even though they have a few errors, you know, whatever, but they already got the rest of it. It functions, it works, so whatever else they did, it works. Now, there's going to be some mods that need more information, okay? And in this case, I didn't see anything. I may have needed to add something else, but as far as I can tell, everything works. So if there's something that's supposed to be showing up in the game when I go in there and it's not, it may be that I didn't add something. Maybe a field type or whatever, but they've got it all written out here. and sometimes you do have to put that in your mod desk, but from what I could tell, everything worked. So unless that's something I didn't realize the mod needed to do, because like I said, I don't ever get to play the game much, so I don't know what they expected it or wanted it fully to do. I know it's supposed to sell everything, but you know, whatever else in those little places that it shows you what's going on, you know, I don't know. It should be right. We'll see. If that part ain't, then that's y'all gonna have to wait until I do another video on that particular part. Alright, but as far as I can tell, everything was good, it works, and everything's right. Now in a minute, we'll have to come back and change these, add one more, and then add an end. And then we got to make sure the numbers are right. Okay, so now we're done. We saved everything. We should be okay to go on in game. We already saved everything. I can't think of anything I missed. So we should be good to go in game. We already did all that. So let's go on in game, check it out. We'll create a log so we can see the other errors, and then we'll work through those. Okay? It took me some time with those because I don't know, I was tired at that point, and I was trying to fight with my internet and everything, so my mind wasn't really perfectly on it so I had to wait till the day to kind of get that situated, and I figured it out and got it all squared away. So it should be okay. I think they did leave off one more thing, and I will get to that in the video, at the end of the video with fixing those errors. And they can fix that if they want to. I'm not necessarily going to fix it in this one, but it's not throwing an error or anything, but there was just something they needed to put the nodes in a certain spot. And I don't know how crucial that is. I'd have to look into it. Like I say, I don't always mess with this type of stuff, and when I have to, I do, and then I figure it right out, but you know. So anyway, appreciate everybody. Hope you are enjoying. Hope this is correct enough for you to get it in your map and it works. If there's anything that's not done correctly, I'm not aware of it because, like I said, it's my first time I've even trying to do this, at least fully. I have looked at it and fixed somebody's stuff just by looking at it for them, telling them what to change, just because I figured it out, not knowing a thing about it. So I'm just good at figuring things out. And usually if it works, you know, in game, then I figure it's right. There could be things that needs to be added later for other parts that I don't know about, but I'm pretty sure it's all squared away. So no errors after I fixed everything, and so I would say that's probably fixed. So hopefully this loads pretty quickly. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Hope you're enjoying all the map making tutorials. Please watch the videos. I know some of the stuff is repetitive, but there's different things I tell throughout the video, and if I suddenly tell tips sometimes, and you won't get it if you don't watch. So there's certain things in the video that I just happen to tell. So, and it won't have a title that says that, you know, because you're doing a certain thing. So try to watch through because you definitely can learn a lot. And I hope y'all can make some nice maps and tell me about your maps. Alright, we're about through. And we'll head on in and show you that it works. It also works when I zip it up, even though I'm not going to show it in this video. I did test it. It's always good to do that, and it did work. Alright, so come in, hit escape, and go find it. And it's over here, and look here. It's got the picture, just like these have pictures. So, there you go. It's got the visit. It's got the sell. We'll click that. We don't want to sell it, but there it is. I'm going to hit no. It's got the tag. It's going to blink. And if I click over here to this guy and visit, we'll see the little thing. You can see that the tag thing worked, and it takes away to say go to it. Alright, I'm going to hit escape again, and we're going to click on this again, untag. You see that works. Then I'm going to click visit. You see that works. It put me here. That's the building. Alright, so we'll come off. This is the wood sell thing where you hit R to sell the wood. Over here is showing you that you dump the stuff here. So we're going to come here. I'm going to hit the F12, and then I'm going to hit OK. That's the power tools. And on the pallet, I'm going to hit OK. And then on the red beat, I'm going to hit OK. Now, this is a sell all point that they made a mod of. So there we go. You saw it sell. I'm gonna back out so you can see it sold. See it up there sold. All right. So that's sold, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit escape again. Come back in. Let's go back and visit. Back up a little and hit F12 again. Come in here, and I'm not gonna do every single one, but I'm gonna do the wood one. We're gonna pick a bigger wood. Hopefully, I'm close enough that it'll fall at least halfway on the thing. It should sell it. And then come over here on the wood one. Get right here and hit R, and it'll sell it. See? And it tells you it sold it. All right. Now then come back. Say you want to do some more. Now obviously you'd be getting it from your little buildings and things and bringing it here, but I'm just trying to show y'all quicker with this power tools. So let's go through. We do hay, and then this is the size, and you see it drop and it disappear. So I'm not going to do all of them, but you can see that it worked because it disappeared. You can hear that noise like it's selling it. You hear that? Okay. If I back out again, if I back out again, you see it says sold bales up in the top right corner. So I'm not going to back out, but you get the point. It's working. So basically, let me see. Let's do silage, and then back up one and do all of them work, but there we go. There's another one, and it's sold. Back up again. Go do wood chips right there, and it's sold. You can't see it without looking there. See, it says sold. So then we'll come back to here and do one more. Let's see, cotton. You'll see that fall and then disappear. All right, and now we'll go back this way and do the bale of grass, and then that one disappeared because it sold. All right, so all those work. And then of course, if you go to the palette, you could go to red beet, it sold. Carrot, it sold. Parsnips, grapes, milk, the goat milk, wool, eggs, honey, lettuce, and so on. Tomatoes, as you see, strawberries, and just on and on. Spring onion, Napa cabbage, and so on. Chili peppers. It's all selling. You get the point. I ain't gonna sell it all. Look at there. So you can see it's selling it on that far right. Now we're gonna go get a trailer at the store. Visit my store. If you want to check out the video I did on this, it shows you how to get all this and get that icon to show up and how to get it all squared away. Hit R here, then get a tractor. Go ahead and customize, lease it, yes. Get out of here. Get a trailer. Get this one. Customize, lease it, yes, and okay. Get out of here. Now we're going to go take some grain over just to show that that works. And that'll be it for that part. You can see that it works. And it does work when I zip it up. So that part works. Now I did not, I'll show you when I get back, but I didn't delete the little mod desk that was in that file of the, where when I added it, you know how they already had a mod desk for their actual mod. You should just be able to go on and delete that one because you added it to your actual mod desk for your map. But like I said, I didn't do that. That's the only thing I didn't do. So that is something I would have to actually test to see if to verify that it's accurate. But that's the only. It's just like it's obsolete because it's in there, but it's not being called there. It's being called from my mod desk, if that makes any sense. So it's just there, but it's not doing anything. So technically, I would say it could be deleted. I could be wrong. No expert, but my assumption is it should be deleted and could be deleted, and there you go. That's my thoughts on it. Now you can see this don't highlight until you add the grain to it. Hit F12, hit OK, put some wheat in there. Now you see you have the icon, so you see it works. And then you hit the I, and it'll dump, and you'll see your money's going up, and you'll see the little green thing at the end after it fully dumps, so you can see it's working. Alright, that part is good, and you'll see the little green thing tell you how much, 6,583. Alright, so now that's done, and if I'd keep doing that, that would keep selling whatever grain we put in there and whatever else. Now, so that's all the things I want to test on showing you that it works. You can see it's here. You can see the buildings here. So you can see it's all there. It all works. You know, here's your little building. They made, well, it's the in-game building, from my understanding, but they got it added to this stuff. But there you go. So at least it works. Now we're going to jump back out of here and go to fix those errors. We're going to show you the log so you can see that it shows some errors, and then we're going to fix it. So let's hit escape, and again, there's the picture. You can see which one it is, and I'll give you an explanation on the differences. Look at the difference of the picture, like that one, how it looks, you know. So alright, we're going to come under here. So we're going to click on this prices area, and as you can see, here it is, hardware, Bob, sell all, and it just shows you that it, I guess the price or whatever, what you're selling, but it's for all of them, so it's showing that it's down compared to the grain mill prices or whatever, but that shows up, and as far as I know, that's all that's needed. I don't know of anything else. It's showing, you know, obviously each one of these, and that's been added in there, so that means our XML work and all is correct, or their mod XML work that they did is correct. So that's something I forgot to show a while ago. But now when we exit out, but let's get out of here and go see the log first, and then we'll fix the other stuff. But I appreciate everybody. I hope it's helping. Like I said, I'm not an expert on every single thing in Giants Editor, but I'm pretty good at figuring things out, so I do my best. Let's click that off. Go to the log right here. Actually, we're going to have to go back through Documents, My Gains, 425. Roll down till you click Log. Right click, Edit with Notepad++, and I'm going to hit Yes so it can reload, and then you'll start seeing the errors. Now here's the errors right here. It says error test area 1 end, then it says warning, and then this one, if you'll go over, says missing test area end node for placeable dot placement dot test areas dot test area, and then it has the 0, and then the other one says indoor area start node not defined for placeable dot indoor areas dot indoor area. So some of you are like, well, I don't know what to do now. How do I fix that? Okay, I'm going to try to do my best to explain it as quickly as possible. You're going to go in your XML, so let's go do that. Okay, so go back to that, your map. Make sure we're in the right one, because that's not the right one. So let's go to 15. Okay, go down to placeables right here. Go in here, go in the XML, right click, edit with Notepad++. Come in here, you're going to check all this information, and if you see anything that's a mistake, then you fix it. Now I already told you earlier some of the mistakes, that what the names were, but I'm going to show you the mistakes now and how to fix them. So one of them is this one. Now, it didn't say the height part on this one, but when I fixed the down here, cause see this one said that, well I put it as what they had, then it said, oh no, you can't do that, it needs a width, so I ended up doing all three. So what I want to show you is I did all three of these, so it should say start width and height, because I kept getting that error. Okay, so when I tried to do it with just a start and an end, it didn't like that, and then it said no. So it wants to start width and height, from my understanding. And so there's a couple things you got to do. You're going to copy this up here because it's already the information with the little width and height part. Okay. You're going to right click and hit copy. You're going to come down to the indoor thing and right on that line hit enter. Okay. You're going to click back to the beginning, right click and click paste. Okay. And if you want, where you did the clear ones, space it over a hair on the ones that you just pasted in as a duplicate, so you'll know which one to change and you won't get confused. Okay, so these are the three that's going to be turning into the indoor stuff. So the first one, we're just going to take this part of the name, indoor area 1. We're going to have to write the word start. We're going to hit copy. Now we're going to come down to this clear spot, and we can leave the word start because that's what we want there. Right click and click paste. Now it says indoor area number 1 start. If we look back at the map, under here, where am I at? That's not the whole group. Okay, up here, indoor, and then open it. Indoor area 1 start. So that part's right now because we wrote it right. They accidentally had it and it said end and end, which was incorrect. Now, we still have to change this one and add another one. So we're going to go ahead and hit Control D as in dog to duplicate that. We're going to click back up on this one in the middle and title the end part as width. And if you're like, oh, I don't know, just come in here where it says width and just take that piece. Right click and click copy, and then come back into there and then highlight the end and then right click and paste it. Do the same down here for this end and make it height. So you can highlight this piece, and when you come back it'll be ready to go. Go back in here, grab the word height, or you can type it out, right click and click copy, go back in here and then right click and click paste. So now those are right, but you still got to place them. You're like, what are you talking about? Well, this one's here. The width one should jump right over here. So we're going to have to make sure that we put the width one in the right spot. See, this one is now going to be doubled. See, so the width one is supposed to be straight over from the start one. The start one's here, so the next one needs to go right over here in this corner. So I'm no expert on all that, but that's the way the other ones are. So you try to get yourself right over it as best you can. Make sure the width one's highlighted and hit Control B as in boy. Come to the same spot and then left click. So Control B as in boy, left click, left click. Alright, then the height one, it may be okay to stay there, but on that other one that over there, the river place that I was explaining about, they show it on the other side. So this little selling one, indoor area, if I was to go there on this, hit F to get there, you'll see that they got theirs different. So they got their start one here, the width comes across from it, and then the height goes on the opposite side of the width. Now I don't know if that's 100% has to be done that way or not, but that's the way I'm going to do it. You get it? So we're going to go back to here and then make this one. I'm going to get where y'all can see. Alright, so since start's there, width is next to it, height needs to go the opposite side of width. Width is here, so then it needs to go over here. Control B, and then left mouse click, left mouse click. Now it may be that it can stay on that side. I don't know. So now I'm going to hit save. Okay, so that part's good. And when it saves, I can go finish up the other area. We'll be coming back in here to get the numbers in just a minute. Alright, so the test area one is correct when you look at this piece, but in the XML area is where it's wrong. Okay, so that part's okay, but you need to look at it and just check it. make sure it's in the right places, like that. See, that starts here, end is on this side. Now, the only one I didn't change that they may want to change, and I'm not an expert on, like I said, is this one is in the center on both of these. And my assumption would be that you want one at one corner, one at the other. So you would put the start one at one corner and the end at the other corner. Okay? So that's the only thing there that I would critique, or whatever you would call it, or suggest, or theorize, because I really don't know all the 100% details. That's the tip occlusion. I don't ever really mess with a lot of that. So there you go. Now, we need to go back to that area to finish this stuff up. So what we could do is, we're going to have to be using this word here because we got to type it into the other one, but we do still have to get these numbers, so we'll be coming back here in a moment. But for now, we'll click back on the notepad area, and we already have that as height. Start with height. We got that. Let's check the numbers. Okay, so that's what we need to look at now and make sure our numbers are going to be right. Indoor area 1 start. So let's go back to Giants Editor. Indoor area 1 start 30. Okay, so we need to go back. Now what I want to do is, what I want to show you is these here are those numbers. Okay, so what we could do to save trouble is take those numbers. Oh, hang on, let's try to do it this way. Well, we could take that whole piece. No, I don't want that whole piece like that. Alright, we're just going to do one at a time. We're just going to get these numbers. Right click, copy. Okay, we're going to delete these two in just a second. We're going to put it on the indoor area 1 start one, because this is replacing these. So these are replacing those. So we want it to go here. So we're just going to highlight that, right click, and click paste. Alright, we're going to take the bottom one, the one that they got incorrect. The numbers are right though. We're going to right click on that, hit copy, and then go to width, because it's the next in line. So we're going to do that, right click and click paste. We'll still check it in game, so just give me just a second. And then we'll go ahead and delete these two. Okay, because it's the two end ones that's wrong, and these are the ones we're going to change. And we're still going to have to add area 1 to these two where it says clear. But we can go ahead and delete that. Then we can go ahead and click to the beginning of this and then backspace to get it up there. Now, we can go ahead and change, copy and paste this whole area, indoor area 1, right click and hit copy. We can go ahead and put it to the beginning of this to get that one changed, because we need it to change to that. So indoor area 1 width, and then we need to do the same thing here because we don't want the clear one again. And then we're going to hit paste. So indoor area 1 start 030, indoor area 1 width 0300, and then indoor area 1 height 0, and then we need to put this as what it is in the map. So let's go in here and look, and then we got to look at this one. So this one is 30, okay, this one is 300 like I said, and then this one is 301. So we're going to go back, and right here we're going to turn that into a 301. So we got 30, 300, and 301. Those are done. So now we can come back here and backspace till it matches again to get it all squared away. Now we need to fix the test area 1, and it needs another one. So we're going to make another line of this. Right click and click copy. Click to the end, hit enter. Click to the beginning, right click and click paste. We're going to change this last part to the word end. So we're going to type capital end. Click off of it. Now we still need to check the numbers. They can't be the same. We're going to go look at the number in here in the test area on the end. Test area 1 end is 200. Go back to this. Come to test area end area, and it's 20. And then if you want, you can just grab highlight this line. Hang on, let me get it right. The O and the line. Right click and hit copy. So then go to the end one, click right behind the 0, okay, it moved right behind the 0 on the end one, on the test one. Right click and click paste. So then we have 200. So let's double check that. It might have been supposed to set a 1. I gotta double check that. 200. No, it was right. Okay. 200. 200 and 20. There we go. Start and end. So all that's done. Now we need to come up to the top and double check because we still need to add the width into that spot up there. So we're going to go ahead and highlight that right there, the width area, indoor one. Right click and hit copy. We're going to come up here. I know it's a lot, everyone. Calm down. And we're going to paste it in the indoor area start right between there because it's the width one. We're going to put it right in front of that H, right click, and we're going to click paste. So we hit space bar just to get that separate for a second. Now we're going to come up here to this where it says width node. We'll grab all the way up. I was trying to get off of there to the little parentheses part. Right click and hit copy. And then come back down carefully to where you're supposed to be, the indoor area one, right at the front of the one we just pasted. Right click and click paste. Now we have the width node, and then we have that word the same as the other one, and then we have the height one here, and then it has its little thing, right? So now we can hit save. Oh, wait a minute, I missed something. I missed required white space. Yeah, I missed the space. Why should it have a space there? Required white space was missing. Let me look. Start node, that white width node equals that indoor area 1 width, height node equals that. What are they talking about? Oh, here it is. Everybody's screaming. Right here. We need to go back one. We got an extra space there. Back. Wait, where did it go? Undo. There. You see the space went away? That's what was wrong. Alright, I accidentally must have entered or something and it got too far. So now it should work. Let's double check it real quick. Everything's still the same. Yep. Now, why is it not showing to hit save now? Let me hit spacebar so it can let me save this thing. What is going on? What are you talking about? They spacing me down for some reason. Required white space was missing. Huh? What are they doing? This is weird. Let's try this again. Required white space. They're still freaking out. Let me go look at my other one. Oh my. Where's the XML at? There ain't nothing here that's different. I'm gonna just steal this right here. Right click, copy. We go back to here. Make them happy. We'll just go over that. Right click and paste. Alright. Let's see if this makes them happy. You can see what's here. Start node. Indoor 1 start. Width node. Indoor area width. Height node. Indoor area height. Hit save. Why they freaked out about the other one, I don't know, but something was wrong. I don't make any sense unless they're talking about this space wasn't there. Or I don't know what they were doing. Let me double check this. We got start, width, and height. and we got start and end now. That was what was wrong. Those are the things that were wrong. And then double check your start and end one up here. Start and end is correct. So we are good. That is all done. Now we still need to go in and get the numbers for the other area. So let's go open the i3D. Time to open the i3D. You're like, what? Yes, open the i3D. Go back to the right map. Actually need to check it. Okay, 15 is correct. Go back to the right map. Don't get mixed up. Right click on the hardware cell all. Right click on the i3D. Edit with Notepad++. Come in here to the start and end area. Check it. Check the numbers, which I think those was okay. Well, let's check them anyway. The numbers are here. 2358 and 8822. Let's double check that. 2358 8822. And then 4773 7.5 17.5. Click on this one. 17.5 4773. That one's right. This one was the one that wasn't. So we're going to check this. Now that one I think was okay. Let's go check that one again. Go to the indoor area. Start one is this, which is the actual same one as that, so that's fine. Now this one's the one we're going to have to add a line of information. You can see it says end and it should say width, and then we'll have to duplicate it to get a height one. So let's go ahead and duplicate it before we change it. Right click and copy, then hit to the end of this, enter, click to the beginning of this, right click and click paste. Now we're going to change this word to the width, and if you're not sure how to spell it, just grab it right there, copy, and then make sure you're back on the right one, the one in the middle where it says end of the indoor area, and hit paste. And then you could steal this word height to save time. Copy, and then come to the end of the indoor one and right click and paste. Then we got to put them two numbers in. Then we got to change all these numbers. So let's go ahead and change these, and then we'll get those two things there. So we're going to backspace one and call this a 4. Now I'm not sure about this part. I don't think you definitely can't have two of the same. So I'm assuming that I'm doing right by doing this. It did work, and it didn't show any errors. So 4 to 5, 5 to 6 on the node IDs, 6 to 7. So that's my assumption. So that's why I'm doing it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I can't be right on everything, can I? 38. Make sure you go down to the 39 one. This one's going to take both of them away and turn it into 40. 40 is going to turn into 41. 41 is going to turn into 42. 43 is going to turn into 42 is going to turn into 43. And then you got to scoot over a little bit here. 43 is going to go to 44. 44 is going to go to 45, and so on. So 45 goes to 46. Then 47, you gotta find it. Come back down here. Let me just look. 46 right here is gonna turn into 47, and then 47 right here is gonna turn into 48. Then 48 is gonna turn into 49, and then 49 is going to turn into 50, so you're going to backspace twice and put 50. Then you're going to scoot to 50 right here and turn it to 51. Then you're going to go to 51, turn it to 52, my assumption. Like I said, I'm not 1,000% sure on this part, but that's just my gut telling me to do this, and I go with my gut. It could be wrong, whatever. It worked, so whatever. Take that, turn it to 53. I left 80, I left 104, obviously 133 I left, and 48 here I left. So those are the things I changed. And now we got to go back up to the indoor right here, and we got to change that. We got to go back into the here, click on the width one for the indoor thing, come to the end of it, hit Shift Control C as in cat, go back in here, highlight that right there where the indoor with one is, right click and paste. Now we're going to go back and get the height one. Actually, I noticed an error. See right there, I didn't get the T. So that right there is a problem. Make sure it's spelled. When I highlighted it and copied it, I didn't grab the T. Make sure it's exactly the way it should be spelled, and the right capital or lowercase. That's a good catch by me. Hope y'all saw it. Y'all probably was hollering already. Now we got to get these numbers for the height one. Click on the height one. Come over here to the end and hit Shift Control C as in cat. Go ahead and go back. Highlight right here. Go over. Right click and click paste. Once you do that, you're done as far as I know. Let me double check everything. Everything else looks good, and hit save. And now one more time because I don't think I saved it after I duplicated that and made a new one. So we're going to hit save in here again. And I don't think there's anywhere else that I forgot to change anything. We can double check one more time the XML, and then we'll be good to go and test it in game to show that the errors are going to disappear. So let me go back one more time, double check, make sure I'm in the right map. 15, yes, don't want to make any mistakes. Alright, so in here, we're going to go back in here, right click, edit with Notepad++, double check everything. We did do those, good. Indoor with height start, and we got the things down here. Did we change the numbers? Yes, yes, yes. And did we change those numbers? Yes, yes. So those are all that we needed to do, and that fixes those errors, and it's all saved. Everybody's saved. So that's good. Now I'm going to click back on the log, wherever in the world it is, right here, just for y'all to take a peek at these errors one more time. And this is what they look like. I will tell you this part. You read your file in order like that, and you can kind of find your problem a lot of times, and so it's helpful to do that. So when you're in your XML, let me explain it to you real quick. You read it off, it said placeable. That was the first word in that thing. And then it said placement. So then you know to look down to placement. And then it was under there, then it said the other problem, which was, what was it, test or whatever. I don't even see test in here. Did we delete test? This is my 13 map. Oh, it's up here. Then it said test on one of them, and on the other one it said indoor. So it's right here. So you know that's kind of an area where you need to be looking for your problem, is what I'm saying. So you follow those words in that log, in this log. It said placeable, placement, test areas, test area. So it's telling you, and then it tells you what it's wrong. See? And that's what you follow. Okay? So now we're ready to go test it in game. And let's go show you that the log will suddenly not have errors anymore. So let's go. Appreciate everybody. Smash that like button. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it helps you. It helps me. You know, when people give me questions I don't know, I have to look into it, and I figure it out. So I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. And if there's anything that could have been, like I said, that mod desk could have been deleted. That was the actual mod for it. But other than that, it should be all set. There could be things that you need to add on other mods, such as fill types and different other information. So I would have to explore that. This is just this particular mod, so I don't think I had to add anything else. Alright. And it won't take too long, hopefully. There we go. We go ahead and exit out and check the log again. We'll see that the log is now fixed. It's not going to give me those errors. So that's good, and then we're all done, and it's all set. And if I'd have zipped it up, the map, the right way and put it in the mods folder, it would have worked. I already did it off screen and it worked. So now we're going to go ahead and go to Documents, My Games, FS25. Go to the log again. Okay. Left click, right click, edit with Notepad++. You can see here, this is what it would have said. When I hit yes, those are going to disappear. And they're gone. Because they're no longer there. Because we fixed them. And I hope that helped on some other stuff y'all been trying to do. And these are the, again, I think I already told it, might not have told it if I didn't tell it. This is the train stuff, the ones that we got to hook the splines and put the traffic blocking position, but we just hadn't done it because I hadn't done my roads. So I already told that in the train video, but I wanted to show it to you in here. But you can see there's nothing else. This is the train AI stuff too. We got to deal with, but that's later. We hadn't even laid none of that stuff down yet, so that's not. It's going to be an error until we do it. I only showed how to do the train, not that part. But you can see all them the ones that's my buildings floating around. I hadn't put them in the placeables. That's all that is. And then you see all the normal errors, the things I already told you about in the video, and none of those, no more errors for that thing we just did, and it's all good. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. We're gonna go on back over here. You can see no errors. You can see it's calling it, and there's no errors with it. So that's how you fix it. You saw it in real time. I hope you enjoyed. We're going to go ahead back in here and call that a video. But anyway, I appreciate everybody. Smash that like button. Turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.